It's exactly 9 after the hour 6. The voice that you've just heard there in our kickoff, that belongs to, legendary when it comes to basketball. And that's the man, Stephen A. Smith. Speaking about Jimmy Butler. Hey, retsene mo basketballong bo bo tlankere. I get we agreed. So retsene inside phakathi ka hare. We're going to be speaking a little bit basketball. To do so, we're going to go to the US of A, of course, where we're going to be speaking to Brandon Ncube B. Robinson, senior lead NBA insider at Bally Sports and host of at Ncube B Radio podcast. But there's a lot happening today. South Africans, of course, representing us so well this past weekend. We couldn't do anything about it yesterday because we had to pay homage. We had to pay our respect to Clive Barker. We had Dr. Kumalo. We have Steve Barker who came through as well. Great conversations we had with Dr. Ramaphadi, even, that 1996 winning squad. They're going to be going to the funeral on Thursday. Doctor, I know, is going to be there, so we'll speak to him again on Thursday before we go Untold Stories on a Thursday. Welcome to it. It's Sports That Amplified with Andile on the Mighty Metro FM. Thank you so much to Touch and the team. They do it again tomorrow between 3 and 6. I am Andile Ncube. We're going to take a break, come back from it. Mazola Molefe had a lot to say on Monday. Didn't have the time to do it. It was a very short show. But in what he said, he mentioned the fact that Kaizer Chiefs have been speaking to a new coach. They want to bring the coach in, but the coach wants to bring his own technical team. A lot of you sent us voice notes, wanted to call and speak in and add their voices. Today we'll allow you to do that at 6:45 as per usual on this show. You'll be able to give us a call so you can speak your mind. But I'll play you what Mazola Molefe had to say, because with the coach wanting to bring his own technical team into South Africa, what does that mean for the incumbent? He says they seem to have a soft spot for him and they don't want to let him go. But then let's think back to what Stuart Baxter said before he left South Africa on this here show. All of that coming up in the next hour. I told you we had a conversation with Mazola Molefe, sports journalist and sports journalist of the year in South Africa for football. And this is what he had to say about what's happening at the moment at Kaizer Chiefs as they look for a coach. They're having conversations. It seems that Tanzania is their strongest yet. But there's a conundrum. Have a listen. Very quickly, Mazola, Kaizer Chiefs, new coach.
Yeah, he's trending right now. Nasreddin Nabi. You can go Google him. He's a coach out at Young Africans, popularly known as Yanga in Tanzania. This afternoon, he's just won his second treble with Yanga. And Chiefs have officially started talks. It's a matter of agreeing on the numbers now.
Do we know what happens to Zwane then?
The coach wants to bring his own technical team, but I'm told he was informed that the chairman admires Coach AZ. So, read into that what you want.
Yeah. So, we'll be taking your calls a little bit later on that. Right now, though, hey, we said we're doing this basketball thing. We're joining the Americans in the 7-game series that didn't quite get there because Miami couldn't stand the heat, could they? Ladies and gentlemen, the Denver Nuggets captured their first title in 47 NBA seasons in the wee hours of today. Many South Africans staying up for it. To talk to us about it, we've got Brandon Ncube B. Robinson, senior lead NBA insider at Bally Sports and host of the Ncube B Radio podcast, all the way from the States. And interesting conversations because many didn't see it coming. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
We're so happy to have you. We're glad to have you because we've been reading and following on your tweets as the games unfolded. It's 4-1. Did you expect it? Did you see this coming? Did you see Denver do Miami this wrong?
I think it could have went either way, to be honest with you. But the thing that's really stood out to me, particularly with the Denver Nuggets, is how consistent they've been all season. I had a conversation with a coach of a prominent team recently, and one of the things that they asked me during the regular season was, hey, would you rather, basically discussing the Joel Embiid and Jokic controversy, who should be the MVP. And I said, listen, I'd rather be the NBA Finals MVP than be the regular season MVP. And Jokic did just that. He and the Denver Nuggets did it well, but it wasn't just Jokic. It was a team effort. All guys on that roster played their part. And I just think that for the Miami Heat, the Nuggets had too much firepower, and the Nuggets, their level of having less bodies on the floor showed towards the end with injuries due to Tyler Hero, Victor Oladipo, and others. But it's really a Cinderella story that was Miami Heat, and it just didn't finish the way some people may have wanted it, and the Denver Nuggets with a better team.
I mean, you could say that, but there's a school of thought that says, were the Nuggets better, or did the Miami Heat just not show up? Did Jimmy and the team just not show up? Did they not rise to the occasion? They were the better team. It was theirs to lose, and they lost it.
I just think they ran out of gas. I've said on our network over at Bally Sports that in order for the Nuggets, or rather for the Heat to be successful, they're going to need 30 to 40 a game from Jimmy. I don't think Jimmy cracked 30 once. But I also look at the fact that certain guys on that Heat roster that were mainstays who did well in the playoffs weren't there consistently. Gabe Vincent and Caleb Martin had great showings, particularly in the Eastern Conference Finals. As well as Max Strus and Duncan Robinson. But when it counted, it didn't come to fruition that way. But I really just think that Denver is a magical team. I'll share with you, having conversations with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who was on that Nuggets team, who was a member of that Lakers bubble team some years ago. He told me during the regular season that his wish is for Denver to win a championship because when he was a Laker, because of the height of the pandemic, which was, affecting everyone, the Lakers did not have a championship parade in 2020. So he gets his championship parade now in Denver. But their mindset, I look at Denver throughout the course of this season, checking in with them and just knowing what I know. They believe that they were a championship team since the first game, since training camp. And their chemistry, to me, on and off the court, having conversations with guys, is really what stands out. Not to take anything from Miami, I think Denver was in some ways expected to be there in ways that Miami just came out of nowhere. When you looked at the Eastern Conference, at least at the beginning of the season, the Brooklyn Nets were thought as a potential contender, the 76ers, even the Boston Celtics, who, in my mind, Miami had some practice with playing against a team with a deeper bench. I thought the Celtics were the better team in the conference finals, but I think they ran out of gas, having competed in 7 games against the Celtics in the conference finals and then playing the Denver Nuggets. It just was too much firepower.
This is also a game where we needed the big stars to rise. You needed a Jimmy Butler to show that he is a superstar. I mean, I was listening to Stephen A. Smith saying, yeah, in this game, to come back from a 3-1, to draw it and maybe perhaps go all the way to win it, they would need a Jimmy Butler to show up the way LeBron has. And, you could go on to name some of the great Steph Curry has when he needed to be. And this would prove and perhaps set him from being just a good player to be one of the great players. Where do you think he comes short?
Which player are you talking
Jimmy
about?
Butler.
I didn't hear. I think he's already there. I know that this has been a conversation amongst a lot of talking heads, particularly to Jimmy Butler. I think what happens in basketball is you see big names like LeBron, right? You see Steph Curry. You see even Jason Tatum or some of the other people. And I think somewhere along the lines, Jimmy Butler gets buried because he's not a sexy name to some people like them. But I always use this reference, and this is a global brand, so I know we'll see eye to eye on this. You've eaten at McDonald's before, right?
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, yeah.
All right, well, Shaq said to me years ago, when you look at the McDonald's menu, there's something on the menu for everybody. There's the Big Mac, there's the chicken nuggets, there's the filet of fish, there's a bunch of different items on that menu that you can order from. Well, when you look at, especially during Shaq's playing career, some people would say Michael Jordan was the Big Mac. Some people may say Hakeem Olajuwon is the chicken nugget. Some people can say Patrick Ewing is the filet of fish. I think you get where I'm going here. I think there's something on the menu for everyone. And in this case, in Jimmy Butler's era, I think he still fits. Maybe he's the rare McRib that's on the menu. I personally wouldn't eat it, but for some people, they would. And I just think that there's so many great talents that's in the NBA. Jimmy Butler is in that conversation, and whether he appeared in the finals this year or he did appear in the finals in 2020, I think he has the stats as well as the persona to be mentioned in that conversation. I think he is amongst the NBA elites. I think his performance in the playoffs has put him in that conversation.
We're going to take a quick break. We've got Brandon Ncube B. Robinson. He's, of course, a senior lead NBA insider at Bailey Sports and host at Scoop B Radio Podcast. I mean, that's the man there, Jokic. He made all the difference in this season's Nuggets team. We've got with us on the line our senior lead NBA insider. Follow him, of course, on Twitter. Great Twitter account there that he's got, and you can always get some of the latest and best news. He's on the ground. He's a man that he doesn't report what others say. He goes and he collects it and brings it to us. Brandon Ncube B. Robinson. Brandon, how big was Jokic this season? Is he possibly the best there is this season in particular?
I think he's always been good. I think the national perspective and the international perspective has just finally caught up. I think he's something that you've seen flashes of him in maybe one player or multiple players, but never in a complete set. So I look at Jokic as he has infinite potential. How many centers do you see that have passing abilities like guards, can shoot the three at a high clip, can kind of wiggle his way to the basket, and just do a lot of things? And mind you, he's the center. He's not the point guard, but he's the point center in their offense. Jamal Murray, standing alongside of him, plays a dual guard role. I think that as long as he stays healthy and as long as that Nuggets team continues to have fun, sky's the limit. Actually, sky is not the limit. I think his potential is infinite.
Because I look at him and I look at the points at the end of every game and I see what he scored. Yet that's not even his strength. His strength surely is the passing game. He's really great at it.
You won't hear any arguments out of me.
something that's perhaps got a little bit of argument in it, and I'm going to pivot a little bit from the conversation we're having about the finals here and go to LeBron James. I mean, this is one of the biggest stars in international sport, regardless of where you are in the world. You know, not having the LA Lakers, not having a Steph Curry or even a LeBron James in the finals did do something, you know, to say perhaps there's new breed of stars coming up. But the one thing that South Africans in particular used to enjoy when a Michael Jordan did the dunk contest, etc., we didn't see from this superstar of a big star. You spoke to LeBron about that.
LeBron is LeBron. Steph Curry is Steph Curry. They're household names. They're brands. Whenever they're participating in the playoffs or the finals, good things happen. But at 38 years old, we've also not seen someone. We've seen someone in Michael have longevity. I don't want to take anything away from Michael, and I'm not comparing Michael to LeBron, but you've never seen somebody at 38, LeBron James, still dunking the basketball like he's 19 years old, still just dominating the game the way he has, even when he's not on the basketball court. I think that's phenomenal. I think it's remarkable, and I hope that he makes it back to the finals again. LeBron is that dude.
I hope so too, Brandon, but what are the chances?
Well, it depends on what happens with the Lakers or if he decides to go elsewhere. I just think there's a lot of moving parts. I think you'll begin to see those things take shape when the NBA's free agency period begins at the end of this month. But I think that when you look at that Lakers team this season, at the trade deadline, they made a lot of moves in order to get as deep as they did. They did lose to the Nuggets, but I really think that it depends on what the Lakers do this offseason, and it depends on it just depends on a lot of different factors and just the structure of the regular season next season, the playoffs, and if he decides he wants to come back. There's been talk from folks that he could go the other direction. So there's just a lot of factors there. But I'm probably one of the many, including you yourself in the studio, chilling and enjoying your best life, making it happen, that would like to see him continue his trek and his journey to get another ring.
No, of course. Before I let you go then, Michael Malone saying at the end of that match that he wasn't satisfied. The Denver Nuggets aren't satisfied yet. this team, if it stays together, do they have it in them to go another season, to go another NBA finals, to win it again? Do they have it in them? Jokic, if he stays healthy, stays in the in the condition that he's in now, do they have it in them, or was it just a flash in the pan, you think?
Absolutely.
That's a fair enough answer. How do people follow you? We want to know a little bit more about everything that you're doing. Where do we catch you?
Follow me on Twitter at ScoopB, Instagram ScoopB. But also make sure you subscribe to the Scoop B Radio podcast on our streaming platforms. Bill Walton, NBA Hall of Famer, will join me on Thursday. But yeah, Twitter and Instagram, ScoopB, SCOOP, letter B, is where you can find everything that I have going on.
Scooby, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
He's out here all the way in the United States. He was there courtside, of course, during the finals. 5 games is all it took. 4-1 is how it ends, and the Nuggets are champs. Like I said, at 18:45, as is usual on the show, we'll be taking your calls and your WhatsApp, 060-552-7303. Call us on 086-000-2160. It's exactly 6:32 on the Mighty Metro FM. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Sports That Amplified with Andile. Yesterday was not business as usual. Normally it's the 3 wise men. Mazzola Molefe is here, Victor Hlongwane is here, and we look at the weekend that was, but most importantly, and it's the best part of Monday, is taking calls, hearing from you guys. We weren't able to do that. I mean, a very emotional show that I needed my good friend Dr. Khumalo, to speak. He needed, as you can hear, very teary, very emotional. Dr. Ramaphadi as well. We needed to touch base with the family of Clyde Barker. And Steve Barker came, the coach of Stellenbosch, to talk to us as well. So we didn't get through that day as per normal. But Mazzola Molefe did leave something with us. And I'd love to hear from you. This was a conversation that was had, very brief, between Mazzola and myself. Very quickly, Mazzola, Kaizer Chiefs, new coach.
Yeah, he's trending right now. Nasreddin Nabi. You can go Google him. He's a coach out at Young Africans, popularly known as Yanga in Tanzania. This afternoon, he's just won his second treble with Yanga. And Chiefs have officially started talks. It's a matter of agreeing on the numbers now.
Do we know what happens to Zwane then?
The coach wants to bring his own technical team, but I'm told he was informed that the chairman admires Coach AZ. So, I mean, read into that what you want.
Read into that what you want. 6:33. I'll be taking your reactions on everything, even from the weekend, because we didn't get time to have the weekend that was. But right now, it would have been part of our weekend that was. Donald Ramaphadi joins us now on the line, wheelchair tennis star. The South African did a remarkable thing. I mean, his achievement over the weekend was nothing short of just brilliant, alongside with Khuthatsa Munjane as well. They've emerged as Grand Slam champions in their respective divisions as their prestigious Roland Garros tournament. So Djokovic is there, getting what he's getting, right? And they're like, hey, congratulations. And then they need to go and do it to South Africans as well, because they won. He's still in France, enjoying the croissants, doesn't want to come back. Donald Ramaphadi. Donald.
Hey, good evening, Andile and the listeners at home.
Donny, why are you not at home, Donny? We're waiting for you here, my man. Why are you not home, Donny?
I had to go to Nice to play the last tournament, points, man. We have to get those points.
So we know over the weekend and already you're off to the next tournament. Never really enjoying the croissants.
Nah, I'm gonna enjoy my win next week. We have to work. We have to work.
I mean, absolutely. Congratulations for winning the French Open. Roland Garros is such a huge thing. Has it sunk in yet? Have you had the time to say, "Ish, you win this big thing," especially if you have to now prepare and go to the next tournament?
Yeah, to be honest, it only sank in yesterday when I'm starting to get a lot of interviews. Getting a lot of messages from people saying congratulations. That's when I started to realize that actually whatever that just happened, it's actually big. So yeah, it has actually started sinking in yesterday.
It's big. It's so big. You're the first male South African, both able-bodied or not, since Johan Kriek to do this. You're the first. You're going to have to go back, I don't know how many tens of years to get what you did. It's an incredible feat, Donald.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard that I'm the first person to do that in 42 years, I was like, what? I couldn't believe it, but it's actually special, especially that I did on my birthday. It's even extra special.
How
It's
you
a day
gave
that I'll
yourself a
never ever
present.
forget. A big one.
Congratulations. Have you had a chance to sit with Khotato, look at your medals, look at that thing and be like, hey, ridirile Ntumkai?
Yeah, Andile, I'm struggling a bit to hear you.
Oh man, the line is not that great. He is all the way in France, in Lille at the moment is Donald. But I mean, what he was able to achieve over the weekend, winning Roland Garros, winning the French Open, is absolutely a feat undetested in South Africa. Over 40 years since the last person was able to do it, and they went out there alongside Khutatso Montjane and did exactly that. This call was just to say congratulations. I hope you can hear me because I'd love for you to know that the entire South Africa is proud of you. We can't wait for you to touch down at OR Tambo so we can come and celebrate with you. Have you spoken to family already? Have you said, hey guys, Rwinne?
Of course. I mean, they see everything through social medias, and they're the one that send messages and be like, "Wow, whatever that you have achieved is so big." So yeah, I've spoken to my family, and I'm looking forward to take the trophy home back in Zaneni and just show people at home that it is possible, because they are the one that knows my struggle and all this. So I'm just gonna go there and show the young kids in the villages that it's possible.
Your story is a remarkable story. You speak about those struggles. It's something that I want you to come by in the studio when we do, Thursdays, Untold Stories, because I think what you've gone on to do with the background that you have and everything that you've gone through is going to empower people in South Africa. And as soon as you come back, the first Thursday you have available, Donald, come into studio and let's share, because what you have there is a testament and a testimony on how great life could be when you push over the huge things that you might be getting that happen to you in life. And you did exactly that. This is the pinnacle of your career, but so much more is still coming. This is just now. We appreciate you. I can't wait for you to come into the studio so we can tell your whole story.
Yeah, I mean, I also can't wait, man. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. That is a man that has just won the French Open, wheelchair tennis star, South African, Donald Ramaphadi. We didn't have time to speak on Monday. There was so much that happened over the weekend. Today is the time. We'll play you a clip by Mazola. There's the Denver Nuggets that, of course, took the NBA Finals of 4-1, beating the Miami Heat there. Jokic was the talk of town. We're going to play some of your voice notes as well. Clive Barker didn't give you time again, to pass your condolences, say and share your messages as well. So we're going to do all of that right now. Coming in even earlier. I want to get on my early, giving you, 8 extra minutes. Just Jay. Because we can, and we didn't have an opportunity to do so on Monday. So give us a call now. It's 086 000 2160. Voice notes, there are already some. I'm going to go to them now on 060 552 7303.
We gon' get connected. WhatsApp the Metro FM studio. 060 552 7303.
Good evening, Andile. How are you and all Metro FM listeners? I apologize for the sound in the background. It's a generator because we are suffering from load shedding. I just want to congratulate Manchester City and Alali for winning the Champions League.
I want to congratulate you on the generator.
Continents. So congratulations again to our own Pesitao for winning it for the second time, and then and being the only South African to win this. Moses Mukwena from Mukwela, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Andile, thank you so much for this basketball conversation, man. I'm one of the few people who stay up until 2 a.m. in the morning to watch the games and stream them on Betway, And, at least the Miami Heat managed to get a win. It was 4-1. But look at what happened to the Lakers. They couldn't win a single game. So this Denver Nuggets team has...
Is it the end of an era, though, for the Lakers?
Since,
for James.
The season started and the playoffs. So, this, guys, it was written in the stars, man. There was nothing any team could do about it. Ula.
Good evening, Mr. Andile. This is Confidence speaking. Andile, when I'm going to if coach Low, as was an staff sack, as an assistant coach, kungabi nomuntu oba ne-influence kuma players like our others one ngithi bavele bekhona lapha if as the staff and coach, no one is going to influence some players now, man. Control.
100%.
If as a fliggle yedwa, ungabi khona umuntu ozothi setshela ama players eceleni this and that because efuna ukutake over. No. Makazehlekele nestaff sakhe simple. Ngithola mazwinele kahle nestaff sakhe aze naso. Wathi lento leyo ukuthi athola atazwana bekhona lapha ebenchini abafana bangasamamela ucoach bafuna umamela atazwana. No, it doesn't make like that. Atazwana ngabuyele back ku development. Bafanele bakhe vele simazi nge development. Danko.
Appreciate that.
Evening, Andile. April here in Kaizer Chiefs. I think if the coach want to bring his technical staff along to South Africa, let him do so. Maybe he can bring back the glory days of the Amakosi families. We have been waiting for a long time without a silverware. Let them give him what he deserves so that he can deliver for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Andile, my brother, lovely show as always. I'd like to comment about the Kaizer Chiefs issue. This is the reason why Kaizer Chiefs is not going to go forward, guys. It's them that won the problems. What's wrong with the coach bringing his team to work at Kaizer Chiefs? What's wrong? Because most of the coach in the world, they're doing that. Look at the Orlando Pirates coach. Look at Peter Misima. They all have trophies in their cabinet. What we have? Nothing. It's because of our management. And I'd like to ask Mazola, guys, what is happening? Any signing between Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, guys? Please, love the show, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We're going to play more just now. Firstly, I have to tell you that you can kickstart your first and make them last with Standard Bank Achiever. Tune in to the best mornings on Thursday for advice, a first timer brought to you by Standard Bank Achiever offering. Tell us what it is that it took you to do if you first, and you could win a 5,000 Rand instant money voucher. Enter now at metrofm.co.za and opt in to apply. Standard Bank, it can be. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's do apply. Taking your calls now, starting with Tumelo Moleko out in Alex. Tumelo, thank you so much for calling and welcome.
Good evening, Andile. Hello?
Hey, I can hear you. Go for it.
Yeah. I'm just going to talk about, I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan. I just want to talk about Kaizer Chiefs fan.
Go for it, bud.
I think if that coach want to come with his technical team, he must come with his technical team. This thing of South Africans, our coach Yata, Lomnyakela assistant coach, Iceban. I think that is why Kaizer Chiefs fail. I mean, every coach is on Kaizer Chiefs, Lomnyakela assistant coach, Heise, Lomnyakela fitness trainer, like everything. Others must just go to the development, like Dylan Shapati, I had development, that's it. I think that's where it's at.
Have you looked up the coach? What do you think of the coach?
For me, Kaizer Chiefs will just want some cups because we haven't been winning cups for like 7 years or 8 years. So as long as we win cups, I think even right now, Kaizer Chiefs doesn't have a direction. You understand? Because I can say if we look at Pirates in that direction of one system, I want to Israel. But Kaizer Chiefs is like finder. You don't know what's happening there. You don't know that Atazani's philosophy for them. So I think maybe that coach is a better now.
Tumelo Moleko out in Alex, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's go to Lisibe now. Lisibe is out Eguruleni. Lisibe, I don't know how much you've heard about Nasreddin Nabi.
Good evening, first and foremost, and good evening to your co-host in the studio. I've heard absolutely nothing until Mazola gave me some tips there and there. Andile, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Gone are those days where when you appoint a coach, you mandate him or you give him a technical team to work with. Yeah, it's high time most teams. I know everything in South Africa used to go with Obola. I don't know if you remember that you were from Maritzburg and Cape Town City where you went. But for my team, to be honest with you, I'm conflicted. If indeed they are going to appoint a new coach, maybe it's a good omen. Sorry, or maybe not. But I'm just happy that at least we might see a light at the end of tunnel.
All right, let's see out in Eguruleni. I do hear you. And of course, Mazola said that this is the favorite, but Chiefs are talking to other coaches. He says that this is not the only person they're talking to. There are other people as well, but this seems to be the favorite at the moment. Lisibe, is that it?
Yeah, no, no. Lastly, what are you doing with the principal? Because the referee should be at the workshop. What is he doing if he's in the studio?
He's not in the studio today.
Oh, no, that's good.
No, he's not in the studio today. He was refereeing over the weekend, so he's a little bit tight. He was refereeing the Legends game, Chiefs versus Pirates, out in Limpopo. So, fanagayo relax anyana man, ukhathele.
Now we have loved to see that game to see how many mistakes he has done.
Thank you so much, Baba Anisile. I'm not going to let you terrorize my team. Atenkosi is on the line now. Atenkosi.
Oh, kunjani futhi?
Ngikhona ufona ukuphi? Angiboni kahle lapha.
Ngisevilaliza kahle kahle.
Ikuphi Villalisa?
It's next to Don Park ngase-Force.
Oh, okay, East Rand.
Yeah.
All right, talk to me.
Sure, man, ngicela ukukhomenta mina ngale issue of Chiefs futhi man.
Ngilalela.
Support elikhulu lekhosi futhi and sekuyisikhathi singatholi into right yabo.
Into right into enjani?
Like yabona iChiefs ayisiniki niso kwamanje.
Ezena ama-trophy.
Yiyo vele problem ayikho yena.
Okay.
Yeah, so uzwana I feel like ichance itholile angithathi mix away kuyi. You understand? A good coach, but I feel like idea grand ukuthi kutholakala enye coach. Bona what will come, because it's all about taking chances kule situation esikuyo, because at the end of the day you want results.
So when ubona motivela yonke into right inkinga ukosobona inkinga ku coach ubona ukuthi manje ngathatha lo coach nimsuse nifaka omunye nizoba right abadlali ba right yonke into right.
Obviously coach nas expect ukuthi omele kusayina ama players, because that's another issue. Angisho coach mayifika nayo ifike ibe nama player wafunayo. Obviously the team is rebuild at some point, because into esiyifunayo thina ukuthi kutholakala umuntu omusha uzoza nomqondo omusha sibone ukuthi ama results kuzoba yini, because at the end of the day lento ukuthi kulokuthiwa iChiefs yabuild isikhathi siyahamba.
Atenkos in Villalisa, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's go to Koketo. Koketo's out in Johannesburg. Koketo.
Hi,
hey man, I'm always good. Talk to me. I didn't give you guys time yesterday, so let's reflect now. Let's go for it. What do you want to talk about?
Actually, I'd like to take it differently from today's topic. I just want to applaud Mamelodi Sundowns for actually in this youth month for giving the young ones an opportunity to venture into sports. I've seen on the website they've advertised internships for journalism, marketing. You know, I've never seen any other team in South African football to give an internship to young ones to venture into sports. So for that, I'd just like to applaud them, and that's for giving us an opportunity.
Oh man, it's always great when we see football teams giving back to those that support them. And maybe this is why we're seeing a growth in Sundown support over the last couple of years, you know, because of things like this. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know they listen. They would have heard you and appreciated that from you. That is Koketo in Johannesburg at a time when jobs are scarce in this country. Jobs are very scarce in this country. To have a team that says, how can we help? It's not a bad play at all. Tabiso, Usegurleni. Oh, terribly sorry, Tabby. So they're going to have to try us again. Let's go to Sinong out in Rustenburg. There we go. Another one there. Should we take Kabelo or go to voice notes first? Let's go to voice notes because Kabelo don't fit in each.
Hi, Andile. I just want to comment on the Al Ali winning the Champions League. The Sundowns team had a chance of getting this team out and gave them another chance to still compete. You know, Sheikh Mashaba once said it in, you know, South Africans need to learn how to win dirty. Not dirty, but, you know, decent dirty. Play third string team against Al Hilal so that Al Ali would go out. Why give a serious contender a chance to qualify and possibly meet up with you again at the later stages? Is it arrogance or what?
But surely, hold on. We say that to be the best, you've got to beat the best. If you've got to play dirty tricks in order for them to go out, what does that say about your confidence and your ability to beat the best? If you're going to be a continental champion, if you're going to be a trophy champion of any sort, any cup, you've got to beat the best. Yes, I agree with you. You can play tactical football where you say, hey, If we drop points here, give points here, then we're able to meet a weaker string. But is that how you want to win it? You don't want to sit on top of the mountain and say, I don't care who comes here, I am the best. Because when you went roundabout to get it, I don't know. Let's go.
Andile.
Hey.
Andile. It's simple. Kaizer Chiefs. Family business. There is nothing wrong with getting expertise of the highest quality outside. It's still your business. Doesn't change. Sometimes take the foot off the brake pedal a bit. Thank you, Andile.
Appreciate you. Let's take some calls now. Kabelo GP is from Pretoria. Kabelo. Hey, how far now, Aga?
I'm not kidding. You know what? I think Kaizer Chiefs might just change the name and call them Cheaper United Senior, because what we are doing is like just we are Cheaper United Senior. It's just that Cheaper United, he just give a coach 3 games and they fire. Us is one season or 1 season and a half. What is the reason why they have to bring a new coach? Where else we know the problem? I love my team so much. I travel everywhere to go and watch them. All we are crying for is bring us players that they can make difference. Stop changing the coach. I can promise you now, today on this day, the 13th of this month, next season, when the season starts, they will be telling us that they want to bring a new coach. Why is that? We want the even myself, I got coach Sandals. I will win 15 trophies because we have players there. Our problem is we have players, the ball is here. Instead of heading the ball, you hit it to the back. Now we blame the coach. We want players that can play, not changing the coach. All the time changing the coach. One day they will change supporters.
You know,
I'm not happy. I'm not happy. One day I'm telling you, they will change the supporters. They say, we don't want you guys. Let us get supporters from America. Because they are changing. How many times do we change?
So according to you, you watch that and you think Arthur, technically astute. He's a coach that can coach at the best caliber. He's a coach that can take it to Pirates, Sundowns, and all the teams that are doing very well at the moment. The issue is you don't have the players.
Okay, let me tell you something. We don't have players. Look at. Let me tell you something. Even myself, me and you can be my assistant. Let us go and coach Sundowns. We will win all the trophies because those boys are there. Tell us who can compete with Sundowns in our team. Do we have 30 levels that can compete in Africa? Now, we don't have it. So we are saying, no, we want position number 2. We want to go participate in Africa. Which who? How can you go with 15 World of 12 with 9mm? We need players. Even anybody. I heard say, Coach Tiso must come and coach Kaizer Chiefs. So where? They want to spoil his CV. We love our team. Let us get players that we want. Quality players, not America, not Zimbabwe. Here in PSL, there are players that we can get that can make difference in our team. Stop changing the coach. I love Zwane, must keep Zwane. They must get us players that can make difference. Finish and
Kabelo, I know Coach Rurani is not going to be very happy with you if you say that anybody can coach Sundowns and win. He's addressed that, but let's leave that for another day. Kabelo GP, they're very passionate about the fact that it's not the coach. Let's go now to Mzwandile. Is it Mzwandile or Mzwanele? Mzwa?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, very quickly, go for it, man.
No, I'm very fine. I'm a little bit worried. I never...
Team wins. I'm sure not to buy a team. Hey, let's go to Tabiso Tabang. Is out at Timbisi Kaslamakasi.
Oh, Shafidi.
Ela.
How are you, Andile?
I'm selling him Georgia boy.
Naming him Georgia, bro.
Talk to me.
Yeah, so this is just a Spendulacon greeting. So yeah, I'm with my partner now, Baba Ambane. So we always listen to your show. So yeah, bullies and partner yam. So I got phone kuluma now. Bullies just to say Spendulacon greeting. So yeah, we love your show. I mean, we love your show. That's us. A lot in sport. Was a lot in football when you watching or when we listen to you after after to end the show. We speak a lot about what you touch base on the day. So yeah, we love your show a lot.
Hey man, I don't know this because I'm not great at relationships, but I'm told that great relationships are built from common interest. The fact that the two of you sit there and have something to bond over, I hope that it bonds you and keeps you together. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. Spendula Khon.
Spendula Khon, Tabang. And Tabang, it's not just me. It's a huge team. It's a huge team that worked so hard to make sure that this show is live on Facebook as we speak now. The guys are behind the cameras. The guys are behind the glass wall that side, working hard. We've got to get out of here. Thank you so much. But breaking news, because it was not certain up until right now. Veli Limnyandu has broken the story. It is available on sabc.com. Go find out there. Muzzle has tweeted it.